Hi there my Battlefield friends and fans, welcome back to Battlefield 1. Today we're going to look at the Type 38 ARISAKA Infantry. This is actually a gun that I wasn't really working to unlock for. It basically just happened automatically, and it's actually pretty simple, and for most people it probably will happen automatically without them even realizing it. So what do you need to unlock this gun? Well, you need to perform 25 counter sniping kills, and that's not really so hard. If you already run around as a sniper, work as a sniper, then this will happen pretty quick. And then secondly, you need to perform 3 multi-kills as a scout, and this confused me first because I thought, oh, 3 multi-kills, that means I can get like at least 2 kills in a row. Better yet, 3 kills in a row, that counts as a multi-kill. No, actually it doesn't. It's not 2 or 3 kills or multiple kills in a row. It's actually multiple kills at once. So how can you achieve that? Well, unless you're a super awesome scout and you can kill 2 people with 1 bullet, then you need to resort to other things, like for example grenades and tripwires. And I use tripwires all the time because, you know, I'm sure you do too if you work as a scout, because it really kind of protects your back, and even if it doesn't kill the enemy that tries to sneak up on you, at least it kind of gives you a warning because you kind of hear the click of the tripwire going off, or you hear the explosion but the enemy is still survived and is still coming after you, so you can quickly turn around and take that enemy out. So I don't know if that's just me or if you notice that too. All of a sudden it seems like we have 2 tripwires again. At one point it was just 1 tripwire that you could put down. Isn't it like that? I mean, I don't know if I'm tripping here. Well, that's kind of ironic. I'm tripping because there are 2 tripwires available now to everyone. So basically what people do now a lot, I've noticed, is that they actually put 2 tripwires right next to each other, because often 1 tripwire is not enough to take an enemy out. That's basically zooming through it, basically running through the tripwire. You can often survive it with like 10 or 20 health left, and that can be very frustrating because if you kind of rely on your tripwire to kill the enemy in order to protect yourself, and the tripwire is a little bit farther away so you cannot hear the click, you kind of feel very safe with that tripwire, just to realize that that enemy actually survived and is still coming after you. So with 2 tripwires laid down, you can basically avoid that and be sure that the enemy dies. And the better thing also with 2 tripwires is if you have 2 enemies running through, you guaranteed to get like a double kill, and that's considered a multi-kill. So this is what I basically have started doing. I started using 2 tripwire bombs next to each other whenever I could, and then was just hoping that more than 1 person was running through them, and that seemed to have happened. Behind my back, I wasn't even trying anymore. I was just thinking, hey, you know, I knew that this gun I was able to unlock this gun, and I looked at the what you needed to do in order to unlock it, and I knew that this is just going to happen by normally just playing the scout. And all of a sudden I realized the gun was unlocked. I never saw it actually unlocking, so that's why I don't really have a video about it. But I was like, wait, I actually unlocked this gun already? Alright, let's go and try it out. And I needed a little bit of a warm-up match, which you saw at the beginning of this video, which I was kind of trying to get to know this weapon a little bit, to see what kind of play style I have to use in order to be successful with this gun. And then I came into this match and I had a blast. This is actually a really amazing gun. It is very, very accurate, and it is very, very powerful. At least it feels like that, even though that little tiny iron sight is the same problem that we had with the Garzano. But I feel like I like this gun better than the Garzano. It's just somehow it seems to be more fun to use. It just seems to, it's a very satisfying gun. So I, of course, compared it to my favorite scout gun, which is the SMLE MK2 carbine. So the damage and the accuracy are exactly the same. They're 100. The hip fire is definitely better on the SMLE, which with 30 compared to 20 on the Type 38. And the rate of fire is better on the Type 38 actually. It has a 62 RPM versus 53 RPM on the SMLE. The fire modes are the same, use a single bullet. And the magazine size is better on the SMLE. You have actually 10 bullets per magazine versus 5 bullets on the Type 38. And the damage drop is pretty much the same. I don't see any difference between the two guns. And you notice that too when you start playing with this gun. It feels a lot like the SMLE. Besides that, the reload animation between each bullet is a tad longer, which takes a bit getting used to. But that's really all. And a little bit of history about this gun. So the Type 38 rifle ARISAKA was a bolt action rifle that supplemented the Type 99 Japanese standard infantry rifle during the Second World War. The design was adopted by the Imperial Japanese Army in 1905, the 38th year of the Meiji period, hence Type 38, and served from then until the end of 1945. The ARISAKA bolt-action service rifle was used everywhere in the Imperial Japanese Army and the Imperial Japanese Navy. Prior to World War II, ARISAKAs were used by the British Navy and Russian Army in Finland and Albania. The Czech legions that fought in the Russian Revolution were almost entirely armed with Type 30s and 38s. Many captured ARISAKA rifles were employed by neighboring countries both during and after World War II in places such as China, Thailand, and Cambodia. However, after the Japanese surrender in summer of 1945, manufacture of rifles and ammunition stopped abruptly, and the ARISAKA quickly became obsolete. Since most Imperial Japanese armory contents were thrown into Tokyo Harbor after the signing of surrender, spare ammunition also became rare. Additional 6.5 x 50 mmSR ammunition was, however, produced in China for use in their captured rifles. Something else, the Japanese ARISAKA rifles are famous for being ludicrously strong, and the Type 38 was proven to be the strongest of the lot by various post-World War II tests. However, does a strong action alone mean that the rifles are fantastic? Well, that's something you need to find out during this game. There's actually a lot of stuff written about those guns. There are videos about it if you want to know more about it. And you can also see that this gun doesn't always reload as smoothly as it does in the game. It happened a lot to the soldiers that the gun reload mechanism didn't work. It got stuck and they had to fix it. Just imagine when you have enemies in front of you and you can't shoot them because you can't get that bullet into the chamber. That must be just a horrific experience. And that's why it's actually not very realistic, you know, in games when you run and gun. When you have a gun like this, you have to make sure that you always have cover. You make yourself a hard target and you kind of know exactly where the enemy is, and don't shoot unless you feel like you have a good shot, because once you shoot, you basically give your position away, and then if you can't reload in time, you're basically dead right there. And that's something that I had to learn using this gun. But once you have figured that out and you get used to the gun, you will notice that this gun is actually a ton of fun to use. It is a very strong and accurate gun. There's basically no recoil. So try it out and have fun. So if you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time when we talk something else Battlefield 1. Take care, happy gaming, bye bye.